Tall heroes, young and ancient soul. Hush, stone cold and midnight lore. Unlock the dream behind the door. Not just a channel, it's a sign of mystery by grand design. Black Sigil rising, voice in every frame. Tales that echo silence, joy and barely pain. Animation whispered, secrets in the gray. The art of dark and wonder, running through all that. So hit subscribe, step inside. Let the pixels be your guide to a realm that never dies. Black sigils where the magic lies. Light rays watch the time now. Find your eyes cast forever in the story. Black sigil holds us fast. In the shadows where the stories grow, ink and pixels start to flow. A spark of myth, a world unknown. Black Sigil carves it all in stone. Crafted dreams in silent light, woven deep through day and night. A channel born of art and flame, every tale etched with a name. Black Sigil rising, calling through the screen. Visions forged in fire, haunting roaring queen. Fantasy and memory stitched into the scenes, where legends live forever, and nothing's as it seems. From cursed blades to arcane scrolls, they breathe life into broken souls. With every frame the truth is told. There's tall heroes, young and ancient soul. Hush, stone cold and midnight lore. Unlock the dream behind the door. Not just a channel, it's a sign of mystery by grand design. Black Sigil rising, voice in every frame. Tales that echo silence, joy and barely pain. Animation whispered, secrets in the gray. The art of dark and wonder, running through all that. So hit subscribe, step inside. Let the pixels be your guide to a realm that never dies. Black sigils where the magic lies. Light rays watch the time now. Find your eyes cast forever in the story. Black sigil holds us fast.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Can everyone hear me okay? Just want to make sure the mic is working. Everything looks like it's good on my end. Yes, so we are on We are here live with Black Sigil Studios today. Thank you so much for being here with me. We have reached our milestone of 2,500 subscribers. Thank you so much. This has definitely come a lot sooner than I thought it was going to. Um, us only being what we started, I think our first video went live May 16th. Perfect. Excellent. Everything's good. Yeah, so everything went live May 16th. And we hit our first goal with just over a month, and now we hit our second goal basically. What are we coming up on 3 months in? So this is all because of you guys. So thank you so much for being the awesome people that you are, subscribing, and to our members and those that donate to our channel. Thank you so much. Without you guys, honestly, we would not be where we're at without our members. So thank you so much for our bearers, our forgers, and our subscribers. You guys are helping us out so much to grow our armies, grow, do more battle reports, and build up our studio, which is coming along very nice. I'm hoping to have that fully done very, very soon. The electrician is coming to finish up the lighting, and from there, I think we're going to be almost ready to start doing live streams. So if you're into live streams and that kind of stuff, that's going to be happening hopefully very soon. White Shorts with the $5 donation. Let's go. Was my birthday yesterday. Wouldn't be too bad of a B-Day gift. White Shorts, happy birthday. You know what? I am rooting for you. It was your birthday. Thank you so much for the donation. All right. So as you can see here, I have the list on the page over here. One thing I just want to let you know is I'm kind of Google Sheets / Excel stupid. So I had to put a filter on because unfortunately when you try copying all the lists over from YouTube, it's not done very nicely or very easily. So it throws in like subscribers, throws in when they are so their subscriber count, how long ago they subscribed, how long they've been a subscriber for. So I had to like filter those out and only keep the names, but then it didn't give me a proper, what's it called, like number on the side. So unfortunately, if I end up rolling a number that's not there, we're just going to roll it again until we get somebody that's there, because like I said, I'm too stupid, I guess, to figure it out. So like I said, you guys can see the other screen. Everything's okay. Those names are all legible, I'm hoping. So one thing you will notice, all of our members, you have gotten an extra entry into the draw today. You can tell that your name is there again because it is just not bolded. So for example, the Mighty Ibex, that is your additional member entry into it on top of your normal subscriber. Yeah. And don't forget, guys, if for any reason you don't see your name here, that is only because your subscriber or what channels you subscribe to weren't public, and I can't pull from the list unless you make it public. So if you don't see your list there, unfortunately, that's what happened. I was trying to give as much in the posts about like trying to get yourself on public view for your subscription so I can add you to it. If you're not there, we will be doing more draws in the future. Every single milestone that we hit, we're going to be doing another draw. So today we hit our 2,500. Next time is going to be at 5,000 subscribers, then 10,000. And we're going to keep going up from there, because as long as you guys keep supporting us, I'm going to keep doing giveaways when we hit those milestones. Also, I just want to, obviously, it's a little bit of a plug here. Think about becoming a member. Memberships, what they do is they allow Black Sigil Studios to continue bringing you the content they're bringing you, and also to develop better content for you guys. So without our members, I'm going to be honest with you, without the memberships and donation stuff, Black Sigil Studios cannot continue. So think about becoming a member to help us out and to do things that give us more armies. And in return, what you get is battle reports early. You'll get additional battle reports per month. You will get your extra name, your extra entry into the draw. What else will you get? You get the badges. You get you get your callouts, priority callouts in chats, and whatnot. So oh, and also there's a Discord channel. If you go into our membership section and look at the perks, there is a Discord channel there. Anyone can join. However, only members will be able to post and respond and join the live and join the chats when we're doing those. So yeah, join the Discord. Come check out the pictures. Come check out the army list. Every army list that we do on video going forward is going to be posted there, so you can take a look at them after the fact. Yeah, Richcraft. I'm glad you're excited for the live streams. I am as well. Those are a lot of fun when you see me over there on Mountain Miniatures right now. Also, shout out to Mountain Miniatures. If you guys don't know who they are, go check them out. They do awesome YouTube, awesome old world content, and as well as Horus Heresy if you're into Horus Heresy. So total, it's going to show as 2,593 as a bomb, but that's not accurate, unfortunately. So because I had to like delete out certain rows, or with the filter, it took those rows out, it's not completely accurate to that. So I'm going to say you're probably looking at, oh, actually, I think I can kind of look this up for you. I want to say it's somewhere around 1,000. All in is about 1,000, somewhere around there for the entries. And as you can see over here for the number generator, I do have lines 1 to 2,593. That's the bomb down there. Is 2,593. Grunderak with a membership. Thank you so much for that. Amazing. That is huge. Welcome to being a sigil bearer, and you get enjoy all those perks for joining that. So don't forget that if you are a member, to link your YouTube account before coming to the Discord. Make sure that's the link. Sorry, I'm mumbling here. In the Discord, make sure that your YouTube is linked to your Discord account. That way, when you sign in, it'll automatically put you in the correct role, and then you'll be able to access the Discord as far as the chats and posting and everything like that. Okay, so guys, are we ready? Is it time for us to do the draw, do you think? I think now is about the right time. All right. Best of luck to everyone here. And let's get it going. So, here we go. The number we're looking for is 1,968. So that's going to be, if it's even there, because again, this may be a so I had to remove that one. So we're going to re-roll that. Bear with me, guys. Like I said, I am completely stupid with this. So we're going to do it again. 899. Do we have an 899? Ba 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 ba. The suspense. Hakon. Oh my God, I'm butchers. Gudmundsson. Hakon Gudmundsson. Congratulations. You are. Oh, there you go. 876. Yep. So Hakon Gudmundsson, you are the winner of the draw today. So what I need from you, you're gonna send an email to blacksigilstudios@gmail.com. What I need from you is your name, your address, and the battalion box that you are looking for, that you would like. The only exception to that is going to be Bretonnia or Tomb Kings, because they're a little bit more money. Anyways. So you can pick up anyone that's going to be in stock in your country. I will have that sent out to you. So I just need you to send me that email. And everyone else, if for any reason I do not hear back from him by the end of the month, because I understand people are working, people aren't around their computers all the time. By the end of the month, we will be doing another draw. Kind of what we did with the other one, but the gentleman did get back to me at the very end of the month, just in the nick of time. So again, guys, please consider becoming a member. It really helps the channel out. Gift memberships, anything like that to help us out, to keep us going, that'd be great. We do have a bunch of new battle reports that's going to be going up very soon. I think this month, because I'm off, I'm going to be doing extra ones for the group. So stay tuned for all of that. And like I said, we're gonna keep pumping out the content for you guys. You guys have been giving such great feedback on the channel. And like I said, sometimes we forget rules when we do it, or we misinterpret rules, but you guys have been helping me out with anything we've been doing wrong, and you guys have been so kind with not ripping into us when we forget to do something. This is a game that has a lot of rules, so sometimes we forget stuff, and also holding the camera is a little tricky when you're trying to remember everything. Jinx, in order for you to participate, you would have had to have your subscriptions public on your account, and been a subscriber to this channel, and that way it would have automatically entered you to the draw. The cutoff was midnight last night, on the day that we did reach the 2,500. So, oh, and sorry, one more thing for the winner. One thing you do need to do is thank you, Jay, for for informing me. You need to show me a picture of your what's it called, your YouTube dashboard as well. So you got to put that in there too to make sure that it is in fact you. That is the winner. But yeah, so guys, the draw is done. I'm gonna stick around for a little bit. We can talk. We can do what you want. We can if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to just talk it out here. Again, I want to thank the community so much. Black Sigil Studios was not. We kind of expected to be here at where we're at now, maybe by Christmas. That's kind of what we were trying to. Our goal was is to be at our next milestone by Christmas, and we hit that already in essentially middle of August. Thank you, Jinx. That's very nice. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Jay, put whatever you want. You got a question? Put it up. We'll see. Maybe I did something wrong. You can correct me. Let's talk it out. Yeah, this is the time. I'm more than happy to talk about anything. Like I said, I am not a perfect wargamer. I will say that I think I play the game like I have a decent amount of knowledge about the game, but by no means am I a pro at this. I look to the community to kind of help me with rules that I'm misinterpreting or anything like that. The main thing that I only ask when we do rules questions is Gundrak, you take care, man. Have fun at work. The only thing I do ask is if you do see something that's in question about the rules, if you can just provide me with a page number to reference if I'm doing something wrong. That way I can reference it myself quickly, and then we can kind of talk it out and see where we're at with that rule. Also, do you guys is 2,000 points kind of? Are we happy with seeing 2,000 point battles? Do you want to see smaller point battles? Do you want to see a mix of different point sizes? So I'm trying to remember from the battle point because that was recorded. When was that recorded? That was recorded beginning of July. So I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember exactly what the rule. So if I remember correctly, he was saying he was closing the door. If I remember correctly, because you have to go the shortest route possible, he actually had to go through. He was clipping the forest. I believe that's what it was. What I'll do, Jay, is I'll go back to that bat rep after we're done here, and I'll review it. And then I'll see what exactly transpired there, and then I'll post it in the comment for you on that video. Because yeah, if I did something wrong, I want to know about it. I want to make sure we're doing everything properly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Gavin. That's if I remember that correctly. He did have to go through the woods in order to line up to me. Oh, Richcraft, no problem. We can definitely do. I do have some armories here that do have. I have over 2,500, or I have 2,500 points, fully painted up. So we can definitely do some bigger battle reports for that. Jinx, yes. So I actually have so much in my pile of shame right now that I'm trying to work through. Right now, I am working on Cathay. They are pretty close to being done, so I'm pretty excited to field them onto the battle next. But High Elves will be coming up. I am recording a video with High Elves very shortly, actually. I think I'm recording it tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, tomorrow. I think we're doing high elves tomorrow, so you will see high elves for sure. Bretonia, I have them about 80% painted so far, so they are also coming up very soon. Ridgecraft, yes, 100%. I was just talking. If you guys remember Patty from the videos, Patty and I are working on kind of like a 3-game narrative following a specific army as it goes. So it's going to start at a lower point value, and then let's say like 1,500 points. Then the next one's going to be 2,000 points, and then 2,500 points, each with a narrative kind of story behind it. And then what happens in each game will dictate what kind of scenario we're playing for the next one. So yes, Ridge, that is happening. That is actually primarily what I want to do around here. Is I love doing narrative fights, so that's kind of what I want to do. So Jay, how it works is that in at least my interpretation from charging is you have to you always have to try to maximize whenever you can. However, if it's a model on one model, you can't maximize any more than you are. You can't get any more models into combat. So you have to go the shortest route possible. And so if that takes you through terrain, because I just had a discussion with this about somebody in one of the comments. It's on like page one something about charging through terrain. It states that you have to see if you're going to go through terrain before you even roll your charge dice. So if the most direct route for you to get to your opponent is through a forest, you have to go through the forest. At least that's my interpretation from reading the rules on charging, and then also from charging through terrain. I believe it's pretty specific when it tells you that you can't try to skirt around terrain. If the shortest route takes you through the terrain, you have to take that into account when you are charging. Let me see if I can find the rule here. Yeah, so that's a really good thing to do is to oh, that's the errata. I don't want that. All right, let's bring this over here. Hey, come on. There we go. All right, so it's like page 128 or something like that. Yeah, 128. So you go, charging through terrain. Oh, you can't see that all. Where are we looking here? Yeah, charging through terrain. We're here. All right, so charging unit must move by the shortest route possible to reach its charge target. Therefore, charging units will often be obligated to move through difficult or dangerous terrain or across linear objects. This is perfectly acceptable, but a charge made through any form of terrain is more difficult, blah, blah, blah. Before making a charging unit's charge roll, check to see if any part of the unit will move through difficult or dangerous terrain or across a low linear obstacle when it makes its charge moves. If so, the unit must discard the highest result, blah, 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 for that. So to me, because it says here in charges, so you must bring as many models as possible into within its front rank into base contact. So if you're one-on-one, you just have to touch it anywhere because you're not bringing any more models in than you need to. A charge must move by the shortest route possible to reach its charge target. So to me, that means that it has to move through terrain. Unless I'm reading this wrong. I'm not sure if it's in the fact, Ray. I'm not sure. It's very possible, but yeah, I'm just not 100% sure if that's there. So I've been called, for that exact instance, I've been questioned about it a couple times, and I just kind of reference this page every time to see what people, or I reference this page with the rules. That's exactly what it was, Ray. So in the first comment I put on that page is that we did in fact talk it over off camera, because that's kind of, we don't really do gotcha moments because it's a friendly game. So I didn't even think about taking consideration about the demigryphs taking up the full space, so I wouldn't have really charged. That was kind of a friendly thing that we did. I know some people may have been bothered by that, so I think going forward, what I'm going to do is that no more of those like take back type things. Unfortunately, it's going to be, hey, if I make a blunder, I make a blunder. It is what it is. So I think going forward, we're just going to do that. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot I think in the fact that probably should be be addressed again or be addressed. But there's only so much I think they can answer and put into effect. Otherwise, that document's going to be, I don't know, 50 pages long of just answering questions. 100% Jay. Like, I feel like there's so much interpretation that goes on with the rules, and that's going to change from group to group. Because I had another question about vortexes and stuff, and about them standing still with the scatter die. This was pre-fac, and that was a big discussion. And they were saying that nobody in his group plays that way, and I'm like, oh well, this is how we play here, and this is what I believe the intent is based on how the scatter dice, or how the scatter rule works in the rule book. So again, nothing wrong with playing the way that you play. It's just we have to make sure that we have a healthy conversation about the rules when you're trying to say that, well, that's how you did it is wrong. We have to look at the rules and take them for what they are, unfortunately, no matter what they say. Like it's again, it's just the interpretation, I think, because some of the points are kind of vague. So whatever. It is what it is. That's right, Ridge. I try not to be too competitive when I play games or be in a competitive mindset. Like even when I run tournaments, like I run a couple tournaments now, just in the basement for my group here. And the lists that we're bringing aren't competitive lists at all. They're just lists that we think are cool or fit like a certain mold that we're bringing. So the group that I'm in is definitely not a competitive group by any means. If somebody wants to play a competitive game, I have no problem to throwing down every once in a while and doing like a super hardcore list. But overall, it's more just the fluffy lists I like to bring. That's what's kind of fun, really fun for me. If you guys are still just joining now, we did do the draw already. Right now, we're just doing kind of a sit and talk. The winner was, let me get the name up here. It's a name that I definitely did butcher several times. Where are they? Hakon Gunmunson. That was the winner right there. For those that are just tuning in now. It just seems like sometimes the rules are just overly complicated for no reason. I'm not sure if that's something that I like to do, but yeah, I do find that sometimes the rules are not the clearest. So also a plan that I plan on doing eventually is if we ever get enough members signing up. What new armor would I want, Ray? Are you talking about like a brand new army, like an army that hasn't been released yet? Or are you talking about like a new army to collect? Because new army to collect, one that I don't have. So I have every single army that's either just like gray right now because I'm in the process of working through my work, my pile of shame. I think my next one will probably be. I like Dark Elves. I wouldn't mind collecting Dark Elves. My next one for one that's already established, but it is a legacy army. But yeah, new to collect. It's probably going to be Dark Elves. Might be my next one. Like I said, I have every army already. That's a part of the supported armies. It's just they're just in different stages of grayness. So new army to collect is probably Dark Elves. I like the aesthetic of Dark Elves. Um, Now, I really like the Executioner, so I'd probably base my initial army around like Harganeth as a city, and yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, Jay, that's what I try to do. I like inform my opponent of anything that can happen with the decision they make. Again, like the group I play with are a solid group of guys. You guys have seen them on camera. They are all solid players. They're there for a good time. They're not there for to crush anyone. At least as far as I understand their intentions. So I would like to inform them of anything that could possibly happen with the decision they make because, again, I try to play as many armies as I can. They kind of focus on one army, so it's hard for them to understand everything that my army can do, as well as completely understanding every single rule in the rule book. So to me, it's more fun to have like a good battle instead of like, oh, I got you here, I'm gonna destroy you now. Ugh, so I know that kind of GW has within their different kind of game systems, they've got a really tight grip on what's there. So I think some armies will come over to Old World and be supported. I as the storyline grows with Old World, I definitely see armies like Vampire Counts coming in. I see armies like Ogre Kingdoms coming in because those kind of make sense to add to the Old World. They're already there. Uh-oh. My camera. 1 second. I got a loose connection here. Bear with me, I'm almost back. I thought I had this all figured out. We're almost back. Why isn't it showing now? Uh-oh. Two. All right, I think. Whoa, whoa. Stop that. What's happening here? Why am I so zoomed in? Crazy. Weird. Okay, anyways. It's a little bit close for some reason, but we're here. Um, yeah, so I don't know. Oh no. Guys, we are having issues. I think I need someone's help here. Let's try this out. If the Chaos War Mammoth was coming back, that would be absolutely fantastic. I love that model. Unfortunately, myself, I am not privy to such information. Hopefully, yet anyway. I would love to be able to be part of the GW like partner program. That's kind of what I'm kind of aspiring to get to in the future, so that I can get kind of um, those kind of like details and whatnot. Man, what is happening with my camera right now? Let's try rebooting it here. It's definitely this cord. One day, guys, I'll get this all figured out, I promise. I would really need to do that before the live streams happen. All right. We are Gucci, I think. Hey, oh, there we go. We're back, baby. There we go. Okay. What I really hope in the future for the next editions is they bring back more of that flair they had in previous editions for certain armies. Like, do you remember, like, Skaven had so many cool rules as far as, like, stuff like spinning and blowing up or destroying their own units? That I feel like is lacking a little bit now, but I have to remind myself that the old world is kind of like the baseline right now for bringing the game back, and they can always add more layers on top of it. So I hope they do that, and without causing too much rules bloat in the game. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, Grundrak, I agree. Like, it's if they have the molds already made, because you gotta think how cheap it is for them just to re-release old models. They already have the molds and all that whatever they need to bring them back out again. There's no R&D in developing new models, so that's a cost savings for them. That's just them printing plastic and like giving one and like having to sacrifice one of their production lines to being old world content. It's a no brainer for them to just repackage it, sell it, and maximize your money. Because this game is doing so well for them, so well that I think it blew past their expectations. That if they can make more money off of reintroducing the legacy armies with the older kits, why not? And I feel like that's what you're kind of seeing in AOS now, is a lot of those ones that were using the older kits, they're all getting their lines refreshed, which means those older kits are being pushed out of AOS and would be available for Old World now because now there's no competition on the model kits. Yeah, that's true. I hope that sells well. Because that'll push them to do more for sure, Aiden. I'm just worried that the kind of the pricing of it's a little bit expensive, I think. But again, it's for like unique old school models, and there's a lot of people out there who are those collectors that want the older looking models. They like the metal models. Yeah. So do I think every faction is going to come back? No. Do I think there's a chance that some of them will come back? Yes. The ones that make sense to be back in the old world will be back. Um, Dark Elves coming back. The only way I can see it coming back is being a special like Corsair kind of pirate was the only thing that makes sense to me in the setting of the old world. Nothing else really makes sense because they're so far away from the actual old world that it doesn't really make sense to include like a main force from them. Um, Lizardmen can come back because they've touchdowns they reached so far with Tomb Kings down to the south that they're on the cusp of the Southlands. So it does make sense that I could definitely see some sort of Lizardman faction coming into the old world, being re-released into the old world. Then Ogre Kingdoms, yes, for sure, because now they're sandwiched between technically the dwarves and Cathay. They're all around that area. And then what else do we have? Skaven. Skaven, I can definitely see coming back, but I think AOS, the studio there, has their like a real tight grip on on them because they just had a new release for like the Skaven Tide box and everything. So I'm not sure when we will see Skaven. Eventually, I'm sure they'll come back. Just once they blow through all the older models, which they pretty much have everything almost replaced with the new AOS kits. I was very sad about the Chaos Dwarfs, unfortunately. I don't think we're going to see Chaos Dwarfs anytime soon coming back to the old world. Um, just because of that line that just released for AOS. Unfortunately, I don't see them coming to old world. Which is a shame. They're a really cool army. And again, they're kind of in that area around Ogre Kingdoms, Cathay, Dwarves. Like they're all right in that area. So it is kind of a shame not to see Chaos Dwarfs coming. And yeah, Jay Skaven, probably one of the most interesting armies to play. Yes, they were semi unpredictable as far as it goes for their war machines, but that's what made them so cool. Like the stories you could tell about something cool happening with your Skaven rattling gun just spinning in a direction, shooting and smoking something, or the warp lightning cannon detonating. That was really cool stuff. Um, I also miss animosity. I miss animosity for orcs and goblins. The impetuous stuff is kind of meh to me. So I would have liked to see the crazy randomness of them like squabbling or fighting another unit beside them or like just getting so amped up they're just like charging forward you can't control. You're like, oh crap. So that was kind of like the interesting part about orcs and goblins was the inability to like really have a really good battle plan because that just goes out the window turn one or two. So yeah, Anthony, I agree. Skaven definitely needs something to ride on to give them the extra wounds for their characters because right now their characters are extremely squishy. I mean, the most you're going to get is 3 wounds on your warlord or whatever they're called. So it's hard to go character versus character with them. That's why I always give my guy a Fellblade just for the laughs. Because if he does get into combat, he definitely does do a lot of damage. But it's just kind of funny to see him walking across the table, risking killing himself before he even gets into combat. But yeah, I know it'd be kind of cool to have him on some kind of like big, even if it's just like a rat ogre they're riding or something like that. You know what I mean? Like something cool, just to give him that extra wounds bonus, kind of like what the dwarves have with the shield bearers. That'd be kind of cool. But again, I don't see that happening in the near future, only because the way that AOS has their grip on Skaven right now. Yeah, Jay, that's kind of I agree. Yeah, we got the Beastie Boys and they got the Chaos Dwarfs. I'm okay with that though. To be fair, the Beastmen to me feel more appropriate in the old world, like in that setting, because they're in the forests everywhere, all around. You know, the Empire Forest, they're everywhere. So it gives a good um, enemy to Empire and Wood Elves. Yeah, Samaru. Yeah, we're talking about legacy stuff right now. Yeah, it's very sad. Like the nice thing right now is at least I think pretty much every kit I think is available through AOS. The downside is that if you want to collect them, I think you're paying a pretty penny more just to have Dark Elves because of the way the pricing is for AOS and the size of the boxes. Ice Wolf, welcome. Yes, congrats. Congrats to Hakan. Hakan? Hakon? Congrats to you. I think that's what we're doing, Richcraft, because you gotta remember, initially what they said is like, this is your specialist game. We're gonna put out the rules and we're not gonna do anything else. What you get is what you get. And they're kind of already changing that, right? Like I'm sure the obviously the arcane journals were always meant to be there, but they added an entire new faction to a game they said they're not going to give much further support to other than here's a rule set. So to me that's a big indicator that we're going to be seeing probably independent rule books going forward. Um, which is nice and also a pain because now for someone that collects multiple armors, now they got to do all these different books. Um, but I'm hoping it's going to be kind of like your army book is going to have everything from your grand army composition to your arcane journals. And instead of having to buy this army book, then you're going to have to buy the arcane journal. So I'm hoping it's going to be all encompassed into one book. That's true, Jay. You definitely can do that. Yeah, that's man. Skaven, if they came to Old World, they would have a really, really fun army build set up with, like you said, there's all the different clans. They can do Eshin, Scryer, Pestilence, and I'm missing one. What's the other one? Is there another one? Mulder, Clan Mulder. And each one could be like a unique arcane journal, which would be so cool if you had a couple different like unique units, a couple special rules to them for being that specific clan. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I wanted to have be able to do the live streams this month. Unfortunately, I think that is not going to happen as far as goes with doing live stream games. But I feel like possibly in September we're going to be ready for doing that and getting that going because I have so much fun doing live streams. It's a lot different because I don't have to hold a camera in my hand. It's just me playing a game with my opponent. So and then talking to, of course, the fantastic community and be able to like you guys are hilarious. Especially when I'm on Mountain Ventures. You guys are really funny. So it's really fun to like interact with you guys, play the game, and not have to hold the camera in my hand to do so. Joas, thank you so much for saying that. No, you guys have been great, honestly, like so welcoming when I first went on Mountain Managers to fill in. Like it was a lot of fun. You guys really made me feel comfortable doing that. Yeah, that's also true. If GW released legacy factions and their rules are worse than their Renegade packs, what then? Yeah, We'll see. We'll see if that. I mean, you'd have to like. Unfortunately, you just have to take them being worse rules than Legacy, and then you have or the Renegade pack, and you have to just push the Renegade pack aside. Unfortunately, but right now, like the guys over there at Square Based, they're doing fantastic with the Renegade packs. I love it so much. I've tested with the Ogres a couple times now with the their kind of beta 1.5 update, and the Ogres feel super nice right now. I feel like I can kind of go into any fight now, and the Ogres are going to do okay. Yeah, Samara, that for high elves, I do get that. Like high elves don't have that. They don't have technically really like Skaven are supported either. Um, but they're going from a pure lore stance, right, for why they're in there, I guess. Um, but yeah, like it's weird not to have those kind of those arch enemy like rivalries that are going on in the old world, but not having dark elves there for the high elves to fight. Yeah. Oh, 20,000 points. That's a lot of rat boys, Anthony. Yeah, Ice Wolf, you're right. 100%. Oh, really, Jay? Well, yes, here I am. I am the one behind Black Sigil Studios now. Yeah. So like Black Sigil Studios kind of came about after obviously I was did my first several fill-ins for Steve or Luca. Um, those guys have been super helpful with getting everything started here, super supportive. I made sure before I did all this that I approached them and be like, hey, do you guys mind if I start doing battle ports? Like they're a lot of fun and I wanted to do them. And Steve, with his wealth of knowledge, was pointing me in the right direction, supporting me. Um, so those are like those I owe those guys so much for pushing me to do this because I was always very hesitant, and they were the ones that kind of like really um, got me off my butt to do it. So um, and Steve continues to continues to help me out. I always have questions about asking about different things. They're more than happy to help out. So those guys are real gentlemen. Thanks, Samara. I'm really glad that the community is really enjoying the content that I'm putting out. That was my biggest worry is like, am I going to do a good enough job when I first started? Obviously, everyone starts from the bottom and they got to work their way up, and there's always improvements or anything. But right from the get go, you guys have all been so supportive over this, and really hearing that kind of feedback really makes me want to do more and more and more as much as I can. Um, Unfortunately, with having a full-time job and everything, it's a little bit tricky, and obviously having a family and trying to do this on my off time. Luckily, my wife, she is super supportive of this. She plays Warhammer as well, so she gets that this is my relaxing game to play after a stressful work week. So she's really the one that I can credit to this whole Black Sigil Studios thing. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like there just needs to be more old world content because the more that it's out there in YouTube, the more this is how Games Workshop will see the old world is doing well. All right, so you have the competitive side from tournaments, but then on YouTube, this is how we show that's doing well because we have people making content over just generic games. So she plays Tomb Kings. She was up for she I think she did like a 6 hour painting session yesterday, and she was up to like 2 in the morning painting her models because she wants to be on stream as well. So she's getting everything to like a base coat so that it's good enough to be on camera, and then we'll go back and do highlights later on. But she wants to be on camera to play, which I think is awesome. And then she's starting her next time once this is painted. She's doing Wood Elves next. So she's gonna be painting those up and assembling. We already have the battalions. We got the models for them. So what else will be making an appearance eventually on this channel regularly? Yeah, she's I'm very fortunate to have a partner that is very supportive over my Warhammer addiction, if you will. Thanks, Ice Wolf. Yeah, very happy to be at 2.5k subs. Like I said, like we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep bringing up content. Our next milestone is 5,000 subs. See if we can get there, and just keep pushing forward, keep motoring, because I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Um, it's just a lot of balancing time right now. That's the biggest thing. So I want to give you guys, if I could play Warhammer every day and put a battle report for you, I think I would be able to do it. It's just unfortunately other life obligations. It just doesn't can't do it. Yeah, so she does have a bone dragon, that's for sure. We painted it up. The only thing we have to do next is the just the guy on top, the Tomb King, and then that's 100% done. Yeah, so like what we just did is for the skeleton army for doing the bone quick is obviously just we based it white, hit it with skeleton horde contrast, and then and then we just dry brush Ushapti bone, then a second highlight of Screaming Skull. That's what we do, and then it's like boom, good enough, super fast, super quick. Nice reference, Ridgecraft. But like I said, in order for us to grow, we need more members. Unfortunately, that's just the honest truth. We just need more, because then I can justify like spending more time on doing this. That's the biggest thing. Spending more time on putting out more content. As much as I know it feels kind of like I'm trying to like beg. I'm not. We're doing fine right now. Don't get me wrong. It's just we want to continue to grow. So once those armies come through, right now I'm doing my cafe, which are almost done. I have my sentinel, my artillery. I've got the base colors on my infantry and cav. And then I have the lantern I'm putting together. Unfortunately, the lantern, I don't trust my painting abilities to do it, so I think I'm going to get someone to commission it because I like the big stuff, like because those are what's going to stand out the camera a lot. So exactly, Ice Wolf. That's kind of what I'm doing is keeping it a hobby for the most part. Like I'm already playing games anyway. So like to me it was like I might as well try to record it if my opponent is good with it, and we'll just record it and we'll upload it because like I said, the 2.5 hours it takes to play a game is I'm already doing it anyway. It's no different. Maybe adding an extra half an hour to 45 minutes just for the camera work. And then obviously editing. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Do I ever see myself getting to the size of mini wargaming or any of those big guys? I don't think so. Like that's I can't dedicate that kind of time. But if I can get a good enough of a following that people are watching and supporting, 100%, I'm super happy with that. Where are you from, Anthony? Yeah, like that's the hardest part is I think there's probably more people in the area that play Old World than you think. It's just I find a lot of Old World players, they don't take their stuff to shops because it's a lot of models you have to bring generally. And at least that's in our area. Like a lot of people just play at home. Gotcha. Dale, I may end up taking you up on that. Not gonna lie, I have a lot of models that I want to get through, and I just know that it'll take me a lot longer to do it myself. And welcome, Dale. Nice to see you. As much as I would love to have every single army that's painted by me, like to where I can just swap out whenever I want to play any army. I know for that to happen, that's going to take me a very long time to do, unfortunately. Even myself here, like there's like there's a store like Mini Wargaming had there's a storefront like that's owned by a third party, so it's not affiliated with Mini Wargaming. But there's a storefront there. But even myself, I find it hard where like I want to go and bring my models, which I need to get out more and do that for sure. It's just because there's just so much that like there's so many pieces that I'm worried about breaking that I don't I don't want to risk breaking something. But I am looking at running, at least in my area here in Niagara in Canada, is I do want to run a tournament soon. I'm thinking like a tournament at a store. I'm thinking probably like October-ish or November, kind of when the weather starts to turn where it's not so nice out. Right? Yeah, when I remember being younger and the same thing, like going and not all metal. I came in kind of at the end of fifth, so sixth, when a lot of plastic kits started coming out. Um, so I can only imagine what it would have been like trying to traverse all the different elements and with all your metal models and how many boxes you would have to bring. Well, yeah, like I said, guys, as long as you guys keep liking the content that we're putting out, we're gonna keep doing it. It is fun. It's a labor of love for sure, and the live streams is what I'm really excited to kind of progress to next. Doing that like once a month, I think, is going to be a good goal for me, at least to start. And I don't have any intentions of getting rid of any of the content we're doing now. So as far as like the free bat reps that we put up on YouTube, those are going to stay for you guys, and the members are going to get the additional one or two a month that we're going to put out as a thank you for our members. So right now it's all about just adding content while balancing time. That's all it is. That's true. Legions are good. The only issue with legions is like they don't have any terrain for me to pull from. Um, I mean the community is great. I'm sure with the group that I have, if I'm like, hey, can everyone just like the group, my personal group, hey, can you guys just bring terrain and dress a table? They would be more than happy, I think, to do that. And that's what I used to do when I used to run bolt action tournaments. I was hardcore into bolt action there for a while. I was running tournaments a lot for a store here, and it was just kind of like, hey, can the community kind of dress a table? That way we have all the terrain we need um, for for the event. Anthony, sounds like you have a very impressive collection as well. You have a lot of different factions represented. I'm hoping to head down to the stream on Thursday to kind of hang out with Steve and Luca down there. I always like kind of checking on them every once in a while. They're a good group of guys to hang around with. So on Thursday for their stream, you may hear my voice in the background. We'll see. Dale, I still need to get a game in with you, man. Like I don't care if we're playing down at mini wargaming or what. I would love to get a game in with you. Nice, nice, Anthony. Yeah, I've been since I was in grade 8. So what are you, like 12, 13? I think that's when I was playing, and now I'm 38 now. I'm getting there. Oh, cool, Dale. Yeah, it all depends on I'm just kind of building a pool in my backyard, so it depends on if I get that up or not in time. But yeah. The big comment, congrats on 2.5K. Thank you so much. We are very happy to be here at 2,500 subs. Um, like I said earlier, we got here a lot sooner than I thought we were going to, and that makes me extremely happy. And the next push is for 5K. We're going to do another draw. Oh, nice, Anthony. One thing I would love to see them come back, even though it works pretty well, is bringing like an updated Triumph and Treachery to Old World. I love that system. That is so much fun. When you get like last time I played, I think we had all 5 people playing. Was it 5 or 4? What's the max? Whatever the max is we play. I think it was 5. Anyways, it was absolutely hilarious, and it's anytime I have more than 2 people over, I always say let's do Triumph and Treachery instead of doing like a 2v2 or something like that, because Triumph and Treachery is just so much fun. Andrew, I would love to do that. It's all up to them because again, they're kind of the bigger channel there. I would love to do cross channel stuff. Um, those guys are all great, and if they are up for it, I'm down. So, make it happen. Maybe if you're checking out the live stream, just drop a little comment about it. See what they say. Because yeah, it'd be a lot of fun to do some cross stuff. I know like Steve was interested in kind of running like a tournament together. So that's also a possibility with us both kind of handling the tournament scene for our area. Our area desperately needs some sort of old world love. We have a decent amount of players that play, but again, it's all everyone plays in their basement with their buddies, which is fine. But we would like to see the community come out more and kind of build the community more and get more people into old world. I honestly don't really go to many tournaments at all. Um, they're generally not my scene per se. Am I opposed to it? No, but I feel like I need to find like a group of guys that are also going, just so that I can kind of not feel so lonely when I'm there. Yeah, 100%. That they so I actually started. Funny thing is, I bought all those tiles, and I've been slowly printing them and making my own map as well. I got a good chunk of it done, and I kind of paused because I had other terrain that I needed to build. But I'm definitely down for finishing that map. Anthony, so the plan is to eventually branch out to other games for sure. I just want to make sure I get myself established with Old World first before taking on too much that I can't handle because I don't want to take content away to support another game. So I want to make sure that I'm perfect where like I'm everything is going well with the old world, and then I can branch out to another game. I don't think it's going to be 40K unless like a really fun new edition comes out. As much as I love the lore of 40K, I don't think that game is really my style to play, unfortunately. So yes, I would love to do a Mordheim campaign. I actually have my original book from years upon years ago for the rule book. So Mordheim is definitely something I would love to play, especially with now that I have like a couple 3D printers. It's really cool to be able to like print specifically what the model looks like every time you upgrade them and just print a new model and paint it. That'd be super cool for the crew. Yeah, for sure, Anthony. I agree. That's definitely something we're looking forward to in the future. I think we're almost at that point where we're kind of stabilized with our old world stuff. I'm starting to get enough games in where uh, I'm getting videos recorded in advance where I can now just like schedule and release them. So we're getting to that point where I think I can start developing a different game here to start playing. But then there's also the whole thing with your analytics too, right? Like unfortunately YouTube is kind of funny that way, where let's say I play a game like Blood Bowl that the views aren't as good. I believe that actually starts to tank down your other videos that you post because it's like, oh well, people aren't watching his video posted, so it's gonna influence how their algorithm pushes other videos. And then there's the whole thing about starting a whole new channel and blah 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 blah. But that's a lot of work. But I'm not opposed to work. I enjoy keeping busy. So we will see what happens. But yes, I would love to do more collab stuff with Mountain Miniatures. Those guys are fantastic, and if we can get something going, that would be amazing. I'm probably going to call here in the next couple minutes, guys. I do have a appointment I have to get to, but I honestly, this to me, just sitting here and chatting is absolutely fantastic. I would love to do this more if we can get an audience. Like to the people that are watching right now, like thank you so much for tuning in after the draw, um, just to kind of hang out with me. This is awesome. So I think with the narrative, I think what we're planning on doing is like doing like a kind of like a cafe narrative where they're kind of not to give too much away, but starting off as like a hero is just in a in a battle, whatever, smaller battle. All of a sudden, someone invades. Now he has to be thrust into combat. He gets promoted to like a general. Now he's commanding the army, and then he goes off on his grand campaign outside of Cathay to go recover some sort of relic. Something like that is kind of what we're looking at doing, and then creating a kind of story. I've been kind of messing around with 11 Labs. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is. It's like a AI voice narration type thing. Um, so like I've been developing scripts and whatnot for it and voices. Anthony, you did miss it, unfortunately. So what the giveaway was is that we give away a battalion box of the person's choice to the winner. So the winner was Hakan Gudmundsson was the winner. So he'll send me an email, or they will send me an email and tell me what box they want, and then I will send it to them. And they won a battalion box. Yeah, so something we do at every milestone is give away a battalion box for the community because again, without you guys, we wouldn't exist, and you guys are supporting me, and I always like giving back. And like I think I started to talk about it, but with the memberships, if we reach a certain membership point, what I plan on doing is doing a special like giveaway every so often for members only. As a thank you for supporting, there'll be a giveaway for members. What that giveaway will be, maybe just be a box of like infantry or cav or something like that that they choose that are going to be automatically entered to the draw, just to add a little bit more to the memberships. Ice Wolf, give me 1 second. I'll be right back, okay? Just let me just get rid of the camera here. I'll be right back. I got something to show you. You're still going to hear my voice, but I do have something that I have been kind of teasing a little bit. Okay. So, what do you think? What do you think about these for like a Cathay table? I have a couple other buildings as well, but oh, put that over there so it doesn't fall. Oh, don't look at my butt. Yeah, what do you think about the terrain there? That's kind of I have a bunch of Cathay inspired. Yeah, right. So I do have a bunch of Cathay inspired terrain that I've been printing and getting painted. So, um, yeah, they're coming. All right, I do need to close off the stream now. I do have my appointment. Thank you so much for hanging around with me. Um, we'll do some more live chat type stuff in the future. But as always, guys, happy war.